Okay. So first, for example, I want to create some variables here. Okay. Int, the name of my variable would be x, and then I assign a value to my variable. And at the end of my statement, I need to put in a semicolon. Okay. So first I want to output the value of this variable to the console to make sure that it's working. Okay, println. And inside the parentheses, I just need to refer to the name of my variable. And at the end of my statement, I need to put in a semicolon. Okay, so if I run my project, as you can see, it's gonna output this value to the console. This is the value of the x variable here. Okay, now I want to actually create another variable here, int y, and I want to assign a value to my variable, for example, x plus plus. And at the end of my statement, I need to put in a semicolon. So here, as you can see, y is given the value of the x variable before it is incremented. Okay? Because I used this postfix operator here, the value of this x variable is going to be assigned to the y variable, and then the value of this x variable will be incremented. Okay, so if I actually output the value of this y variable to the console, system.out.println, and then inside the parentheses I just need to refer to the name of my variable. So first I want to actually put in some text here. This is the value of my y variable. Okay, and then I need to refer to the name of my variable y. Okay, and at the end of my statement I need to put in a semicolon. So if I run my project now, as you can see, it's gonna actually output this value to the console. This is the value of my y variable, 42. Okay, even though I used this plus plus operator on my variable name, it didn't actually assign the incremented value to my y variable. Because I used this postfix operator on my variable name, first it actually assigned the value of this x variable to my y variable, and then it incremented the value of this x variable by 1, as you can see here. Okay, if I actually want to output the value of this x variable to the console, system.out.println, and then inside the parentheses I just need to refer to the name of my variable. So I just put in some text here. This is the value of my x variable after incrementing its value. Okay, its value by 1. Okay, so here I use the plus operator in order to concatenate this text with my variable name. So I just put in the variable name here, and at the end of my statement I need to put in a semicolon. Okay, so now if I run my project, as you can see, it's gonna output this value here to the console. Okay, this is the value of my x variable after incrementing its value by 1. Okay, 43. This is the value of my x variable after incrementing its value by 1 in this line of code here. Okay, I use the postfix operator on my variable name here. Okay, and because I used the postfix operator on my variable name, first it's gonna actually assign the value of this x variable, which is 42, to my y variable here, and then it's gonna actually increment the value of this x variable, which is 42, by 1, and the value of this x variable will be 43. So in this line of code, in line 71, I decided to output the value of this x variable to the console in order to show you that the value of the x variable is now incremented. Okay, so now if I actually use the prefix operator on my variable name here, minus x, okay, so now let's actually run our project and see what happens. So as you can see here, the value of my y variable is 41, okay, and the value of my x variable is 41, as you can see here. Okay, So because I used the prefix operator here, first it's gonna actually decrement the value of this x variable here, which is 42, by 1, and then it's gonna assign that value to my y variable here. So as you can see in the console, the value of my y variable is 41. Okay, so in line 71, as you can see here, the value of my x variable is 41. Okay, because of this line of code here, as you can see. Okay, so that's it for actually incrementing and decrementing in Java. Okay, so if you have any questions about these concepts that I actually taught you in this lecture, please post a discussion in the course and ask your questions, and then I'll answer all of your questions. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.